Welcome to round 6 of the 1980 season. We're here at the test track once I've finally fixed the track. This is the track. If you follow my mouse, we go start line is here into the chicane, turn 1 and turn 2. Big sweep around the left, and then comes back on itself, hairpin, massive, long, straight. Fast curve down the left, another sweeping left. Chicane, sweeper, another hairpin. Couple more turns and back to the start line. Qualifying happened yesterday. We just did virtual qualifying because why not? These are our results. Porsche takes pole and the first front row lockout. Third place, Renault. Fourth, McLaren. Fifth, Toyota. BMW, Fife Racing, McLaren first. Fife Racing and BMW to bring up the rear of the grid. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars without any issues in qualifying. 1 car a minor fault, and 4 cars with major faults and had to have engine swaps. So it's going to be interesting into this first run because we know that the McLaren's fast and first is fast. Both of these Porsches should be able to drive off into the distance if nothing happens to them at the start. But we will have to wait and see. So there's probably not a whole lot more to talk about. I'll just announce on the group that we're starting. Okay, we are all good to go. We've got 5 laps. That is the wrong button. And let's get underway. We're all going. Fife Racing slow at the back. First drives in the back. The McLaren. Oh, there's been a crash. As always at the starts of these races. McLaren's managed to jump the Renault. We've got BMW right at the back. Both of the Porsches going. Fife Racing's just going to push around the McLaren, the Toyota, and the Renault. Fife Racing cars stuck on first. BMW's got going the right way. See if these cars can all sort themselves out. Let's just quickly jump up to the front. Both the Porsches, 1 and 2. Third place is the McLaren. Fourth place, Fife Racing. Fifth place, Fife Racing. Sixth, BMW. Phil's got going again. And we have an issue here. Let's pause this. And the Renault is still technically fine, but the Toyota is blocking. The Toyota is out. Let's press play again. No, the Renault is out. Oh, Fife Racing car looks like it's gone straight ahead. So these 2 cars are now fine. Fife Racing car number 5 is fine. Fife Racing car 43 is gone straight ahead. The BMW is going to collect the front of it. Lots of first lap carnage. Fife Racing's just going to push the BMW. Phil spun in the background just there. And we're going to have to pause this here and remove BMW as it is blocking the Fife Racing car. Okay, Phil's going to drive in the back of the Fife Racing, but they should be right now. Okay, yeah, we're good. Alright, let's change to this camera and we'll have a look at an overview of where we are at. These cars are miles through their lap now. Alright, so we've got 1 and 2, both the Porsches, coming down the straight. Third place of the McLaren. Fourth, Fife Racing. Keep going a long way back, actually. And we have another Fife Racing and first. Then we have McLaren and BMW. So we've lost a few cars, but still going first and second. both Porsches. McLaren trying to reel them in through the chicane. How the Porsches go. They've both made mistakes and they collected each other. There's going to be a position swap. And the McLaren's going to come right up on the back of both of the Porsches now. So number 33 manages to get past number 3. Hopefully these two cars here aren't stuck together. The cars tend to have a tendency to get sort of wedged together and then don't really get unstuck again. But no, the number 3 Porsche has been turned around by the McLaren, and the McLaren's gone around as well. Porsche will nudge it on the way past. And they both get out of the way. The Fife Racing car just manages to get past. And we now have Porsche leading. Oh, there's been a crash. I'm going to say that this McLaren is definitely out. So we got number 33 leading from Fife Racing car number 5. Car 43 is there, 92. So I want to have a look. Is this McLaren going the wrong way? It is. So McLaren, both of the McLarens are out. Number 33 Porsche is leading. Number 3 Porsche is third. Fife Racing in second, but number 3 Porsche is catching. Okay, Phil is going the wrong way and has to be removed. Alright, so starting lap 2 now. Let's watch this battle. 4 second. Oh, I was meant to start the replay, but once again I didn't. Look at all the panels everywhere through turn 1. So I've lost track of where this BMW is. So the BMW is 5th. This Fife Racing car is 4th. The number 33 Porsche absolutely driving away. So yeah, unfortunately we don't have a whole lot of cars left in this race. We've got the number 33 Porsche in first. Second we have Fife Racing. Third we have Porsche. All the way back to 4th, Fife Racing. And 5th place we have one BMW, and that is it. So we only have 5 cars left in this race, unfortunately. Lots of mayhem at this track. But the number 33 Porsche started second, is driving away with this race easily. Interesting to see how this battle goes. Here for second. Switch all of these into the TV camera mode. So number 3 Porsche started on pole, definitely gaining on the Fife Racing car just before the braking zone. This is your battle for second here on lap 2. It looks like the Porsche's got a bit more straight line. The Fife Racing car seems to be solid around most of the lap. Better just check that I'm actually recording this. Yeah, it says that I am. So, oh, the Fife Racing car's gone wide, and that is a fantastic overtake from the Porsche. Pushes it into the corner. Fife Racing car goes wide, and the Porsche is able to get straight down the inside and make the corner. We'll have to see how much longer this battle goes on for. This Fife Racing car is now right up on the back of the Porsche. This is where number 3 Porsche lost it all last lap. Gets through there and is able to pull away down the straight. Look at the straight line speed. In fact, there might actually be something wrong with this car. Maybe not. So now we have first and second Porsche, third and fourth Fife Racing, and 5th place is the number 88 BMW. Where is, yeah, Five Racing car is definitely dropping off. So, for those that don't know, I'm Five Racing. I do the Five Racing cars and can't really seem to get the gear ratios right on these cars. Obviously, with no tuning in between races, I can't really advance it, but oh well, it is what it is. Number 43, Five Racing, we now come through to start lap 3. And the BMW will now start lap 3 also. 3 out of 5 laps, remember. So the number 5 Racing sort of catches into the corner, but then it's just got absolutely nothing for the Porsche in a straight line. The number 33 Porsche, absolutely flying. Miles out in front. Porsche have sort of been getting stronger and stronger all season, and this is definitely going to help their points tally, especially both of the McLarens are out of this race. BMW runs wide up the top of turn 4. So we'll talk a little bit now about our next race. Next race is on the streets of Italy. Street track. I've put it together myself. It's a good track. It's really tight, but it is a good track. I'm quite happy with it. Porsche runs wide through the second chicane. Number 3 Porsche also runs wide. See, the Five Racing car run really deep into there, and that's where Porsche was able to get through last lap and pull this massive, massive gap. So let's just have a little look at gaps. So we'll be able to see the number 33 Porsche. It's just there. Number 3 Porsche, way back here. Number 5 Five Racing. Number 43 Five Racing after being involved in that massive first lap crash. And then the 88 BMW is actually maybe catching this number 43. But we've got 2 laps to go now. Number 33 Porsche starts at second last lap. Massive sideways into turn 1. Pulls it up nicely though, gets through there well. Number 3 Porsche pulls about a length of the straight on the Five Racing car in 1 lap. We'll have to see. We're right on board with this BMW. Have to see if it can catch up to the Five Racing car. It's just up there. If it's catching at all, it's probably not going to have enough laps. Yes, anyway, back to the Italy track. It's good. It's a good track. Phil and I have put it together. The start line is small, so some of the cars have to sort of start around a corner, and that might cause a lot of chaos, but is what it is. And we'll have to see how it goes. Now, the number 3 Porsche might actually sort of be catching the number 33. Maybe only just if it is. Definitely damage to the front of this number 5 car. And the number 43 Five Racing goes wide at the top of turn 4. Let's go on board with the BMW. Also runs wide. But I reckon it is definitely catching. Might get interesting at the end of lap 5. Number 33 Porsche through the final chicane. This is going to be an easy win for the number 33 Porsche. Straight from the start, put the foot down, got going, stayed right up with the number 3 Porsche, and when it could, got the move done quite nicely. It was a little bit of a challenge, especially with the McLaren being involved. Unfortunately, McLaren going the opposite way to the racetrack means that it had to be removed, but number 3 Porsche qualified on pole. Now, is this BMW catching Fife Racing? Looks like it does through the first half of the track, and then this bit with the straight Fife Racing car is just gone, and I don't think it's going to close up that gap in one lap. At least I hope it doesn't. Oh, maybe if it drives a bit more like that, it might. Number 33 Porsche and the number 3 Porsche all on their final lap now. Quite boring once half of the cars have been removed from the race. Number 5 Fife Racing starts lap 5. Let's have a look. Whereabouts? BMW's back there. Definitely gained quite a lot of ground, but yeah, it's definitely catching, but don't know that it has the laps left to get it, as this is now the final lap once it goes past the start line. Let's right on board a bit with the Porsche number 33. It's miles out in front. It's minding its own business, doing its own thing. It's going to win this race easily. It's kind of like since the rally track, the first rally track, Porsche has seen a major lift, and they've done quite well. Last round they did well, and last round they were going to do well if they hadn't have been taken out. This round, just complete domination. How far away is the BMW? It's closer, but it's not real close. Five racing cars have been very, very lucky to escape all of the carnage at the start. Quite lucky to get third, really. Renault or first, McLaren even. Probably should have been third, fourth, and fifth, but this game is quite a lot of luck as well as building a fast car. This number 43 Fife Racing car is going to be under attack soon. But coming up to the line now is going to be the number 33 Porsche. Started second, then wins round 6. And the brother car, the main car, started on pole, got overtaken on lap 1. The number 3 Porsche comes across the line in second place and scores maximum team points. Oh, the BMWs hit the tyre bundle down at the final chicane. It was looking kind of likely that it was going to get there, but now it's got damage to the front right. slowly nursing it home. The number 5, Fife Racing, finishes in third. Number 43, Fife Racing, is going to come in fourth after a late attack from the BMW. A mistake by the BMW means it couldn't quite get there. This race had been longer, it might have, but it's not to be in this race. Fife Racing scores some good team points while not a lot of other people did. Fife Racing finishes third and fourth. And fifth and the final spot will go to BMW. Car number 88, the second car, finishes round 6th in 5th. And that is it. So 5th place, BMW. 3rd place, number 5, Fife Racing. 4th place, number 43, Fife Racing. But this round goes to the number 33, Porsche, which looks like it's got a bit of damage on that front right. Definitely got damage on that front right. I don't know what's happened there. It might have hit the wall after I stopped it. And the number 3, Porsche, started on pole, finishes in second. See you next week for round 7 on the streets of Italy.